Chapter 12. Choosing Your Reality. Creating Probable Futures. To grow spiritually, it is important to know that you create your own reality. A major turning point in your growth comes when you begin to take responsibility for everything that happens. When you realize that it is possible to create the life you want, even if you don't yet know how, you and your higher self become the captain of your ship. You are the source, the creator of your life. You are the one who reaches upward, grows spiritually, and connects with your higher self. You create your reality through your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and intent, which determines your vibration and thus the people, objects, events, and circumstances you attract to your life. Your emotions and your intent determine how fast you get what you are thinking about. Everything in your life comes from a thought or feeling you have, for your inner world of thoughts and feelings create your outer world of events, objects, and relationships. Because you create your own reality, you can choose any reality you want. Because there is a time lag between your thoughts and their appearance in your reality, some people do not yet realize they create their reality. Yet, you could trace every event that happens to people back to a thought, picture, belief, emotion, or intent they had at some point in their lives. Every decision and choice you make is shaping your reality. The growing belief that you create your own reality is one of the most major shifts happening right now. Until recently, the existing mass belief has been that people are at the mercy of vast, uncontrollable forces. Many of your cultural and social structures are designed to protect you against these forces. The thought that you create your own reality is sweeping through the minds of millions. All those who are searching and awakening to their higher selves are becoming aware that they create their own reality. It is being shared in dream states and through each person's higher self. Your positive thoughts and beliefs can make a contribution to others. As you believe that you create your own reality and take responsibility for your life, your telepathic broadcast of this goes out to others. Your thoughts that you can create your own reality are assisting others in knowing this and taking control of their lives. Your beliefs and positive pictures are added to the collective pool of consciousness and are then available for others to tap into as they grow. Thoughts held in common by masses of people determine the way your world works. As more and more people understand that you create your own reality, many major changes will occur in your society. Understanding that the way you think affects the world you experience around you will create many positive changes in your society. You have only begun to see the consequences of people taking responsibility for their lives. Believing that you create every experience as an opportunity to grow will change your legal system, your government, your schools, and even the products that people manufacture. When people know they can create what they want and learn how to do it, they will feel more powerful and in control of their lives. As they learn more about the principles of creating their own reality, they will begin to have lives of increasing abundance, love, and spiritual growth. People must believe they have the ability to change their own reality for the better before they will believe they can assist in changing the world for the better. You can live in the probable reality where there is a clean environment and humanity is at peace. There are many probable futures for humanity. In one, people have become responsible about the environment, existing together in peace and honor the earth and each other. If you imagine the world growing more beautiful, people choosing to be more loving to each other, and a clean environment, you will start moving into the probable universe where that happens. If you focus on the wonderful, positive aspects of the world and see the beauty and love in everyone, you will vibrate with and flow into a more positive reality. There are many choices available about the kind of reality you can live in. You live in an age of opportunity and choice. Think of the choices available 200 years ago, and think of how many choices you have available now. New realities and the opportunities they offer exist now that didn't exist anywhere on Earth even 50 years ago. For instance, choices of being an aerospace engineer, working with computers, or acting on television didn't even exist as possibilities. There are millions of realities you can choose from right now. You can live a primitive life without modern technology, or you can live a life filled with telecommunication, cars, airplane travel, and computers. If you imagine world peace, a gentle global climate, and a stable economy on Earth, you will flow into the reality that matches your pictures. By picturing the world you would like to live in, you can become a part of the probable reality in which that occurs. Even if you don't encounter these things on a global scale, you will find your own world peaceful, your personal economy stable, and yourself living in a place with a gentle climate. When you first begin picturing the probable universe you want to live in, such as a world of peace, love, clean air, conditions will change in ways that seem logical and believable to you. You won't wake up one day and find everything different. If you make enough changes in your internal pictures and believe that they can come true, you will eventually find yourself in the probable universe you are picturing. There are probable realities where an earthquake or earth changes occur in your area, and probable realities where they do not. When psychics look into the future, they see various probable realities for people focusing on that particular reality. Their predictions may be true for those who are vibrating with those probable realities and not true for those who aren't. If you worry constantly about earthquakes and disasters, you may experience the probable reality in which they occur. Even if they don't happen on a major scale, you will be drawn to those places in the earth that are undergoing dramatic change. You can start vibrating with the reality you want to live in by imagining the best conditions that you can. Instead of picturing things getting worse, picture things growing better. If you catch yourself worrying about the environment, weather, earth changes, or larger scale events, imagine things turning out wonderfully. Think of the earth as becoming more beautiful and believe that it is possible to live in a place with clean air and a healthy environment, and you will create it as true in your reality. You will be creating a positive vision that becomes telepathically available to others. When enough people hold a positive vision of the future, it will come about, for your thoughts and intent create your reality. You can create any reality you want. There are no limits to what you can have. You can create your personal reality any way you want. Right before you fall asleep is a powerful time to create a new reality. Think of the day ahead. Visualize your ideal day and imagine yourself waking up full of energy. These thoughts will go out to the future and meet up with you the next day. Challenge yourself to imagine having even more abundance than in the past, more energy, good feelings, clarity and focus, self-love, and compassion for others. As you master creating your ideal day, start visualizing even larger things. Allow yourself to daydream and fantasize, feeling the joy and good feelings you will have when you create the reality you want. Even 5 minutes 2 or 3 times a week can create enormous changes in the reality that you experience. You can choose to live in the reality where your loved ones fulfill their potentials and become all they can be. You can vibrate with the reality in which they do this by loving and accepting themselves as they are, and simultaneously holding the thought of them growing and manifesting their potentials. If you picture people failing and letting you down, or you're being disappointed in them, you will vibrate to the probable reality where that happens. This doesn't mean you can get them to act the way you want. Your pictures of their highest purpose and how they act if they express their potential, it may be different from the reality. You can, however, live in a universe where your loved ones grow and expand by picturing them doing so. As you create a vision of the reality you want, don't make yourself wrong for where you are now, but applaud each sign that the new reality you are choosing is coming into your life. When you first start picturing what you want, it usually takes time for the vision to change from energy into form and to appear in your life. It must come from the higher dimensions of the universal mind into your physical reality. As time goes on, you will increasingly experience the results of your new, unlimited thoughts. You can change your reality by rewriting the past. Another way to change your present reality and create the reality you want is to rewrite the past. Everything you have now is the result of a choice or decision you made. Each time you make an important decision, you determine what future you create for yourself. For instance, you may have quit your job and gone back to school. This gives you a different future than if you had continued your job and not gone back to school. As you change your past in your mind, you change your vibration and begin to draw to yourself a new future. If you want to be abundant, create a picture of a past in which you were abundant. If you want to be smarter, more creative, mechanical, disciplined, or loved, imagine a past where you were. It doesn't matter if this was your real past. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference. It will draw circumstances to you that match your imagined past. For instance, one man did an age regression meditation that took him back to his childhood to examine why he had a reoccurring pattern. It seemed that every time he got close to having a successful relationship, he would suddenly start doing things to sabotage and eventually end it. Because he was in a good relationship and didn't want the old pattern to assert itself again, he decided to look into the past for answers. While reviewing the past, he saw himself as a child and realized that he watched his parents fight one night, and he made a strong decision never to get married. This decision was still operating many years later. He mentally changed the past. He forgave his parents for fighting and rewrote the scene to see them acting kind and loving to each other. He mentally erased his earlier decision. This time, he did not sabotage his relationship. It grew richer and closer than he had ever had. What you accept as true will create your reality. Choose what information and situations you agree with and want as your truth. What you accept as your truth will create your reality. If you read something that you don't like or don't agree with, don't accept it. It isn't true for you. It may be true for others, but you don't have to make it part of your reality. Instead of accepting others' opinions of reality, say, I choose my reality. Do I choose the reality I am hearing or reading about? Does it empower me, serve in practical ways to make my life better? Will believing this truth bring me joy, aliveness, and more love? You do not need to accept others' views of reality that are based on fear and scarcity. You do not need to prepare for a fearful future. Even if there is an economic crisis or earth upheaval somewhere, these need not affect you. You can create your own personal economy of abundance by believing in abundance and choosing this as your reality. Your future can be one of love, laughter, and inner peace. You can create your own positive future, and you can choose any reality that you want. Choosing Your Reality Meditation. You can find this meditation now on the end screen of this video or from the links listed below in the description. Enjoy!